We back. Welcome everyone to this episode on the Ultimate Sports TV, guys. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz was benched for rookie quarterback Jalen Hurts in a loss to the Green Bay Packers. Now that benching would go a long way, as now the Eagles have benched Carson Wentz for the foreseeable future for Jalen Hurts. Guys, I'm about to tell you if the Eagles made the right decision, one that we were all contemplating and speculating throughout the season as Carson Wentz has struggled. But did the Eagles make the right decision benching Carson Wentz for Jalen Hurts? Well, I'm about to tell you the answer to that question right after you subscribe to the Ultimate Sports TV. Because if you are not subscribed, you are missing out on so much, people. Let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button because this is the hot spot. You get lots and lots of hot from the Ultimate Sports TV spot. Let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the TUS TV squad. Then when you're done with that, like this video for me, share this video and YouTube channel, then comment down below if you think the Philadelphia Eagles made the right decision benching Carson Wentz in favor of Jalen Hurts. Now, before I get into this topic, go buy yourself some Ultimate Sports TV merch. If you want to go get some, the link is in the description to get to the website. But guys, we've got so much on that website. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, pillows, canvases, posters, so much more on that website. I can't even name it all, people. Great quality, great prices. The link is in the description. Go get yourself some Ultimate Sports TV merch. Alright, people, now let's get into this topic. Did the Eagles make the right decision benching Carson Wentz in favor of Jalen Hurts? I think yes. I think they made the right decision. And I'm going to start here with this. This is not a if it ain't broke, don't fix it situation where you say, when you look at Deshaun Watson, he doesn't have a good offensive line. He doesn't have the best weapons in the world. He doesn't have a good defense. Doesn't have the best coach in the world. And this team is still losing. And he is still putting up career year numbers. He has bad accommodations, but he's still playing well. Now what I'm saying here is there are some similarities and some differences here when you look at Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson. Carson Wentz has bad accommodations like Deshaun Watson has. Doesn't have great receivers and has a bad offensive line. Still has a pretty good coach, but Carson Wentz has a good defense and still has a good run game. And yet, Carson Wentz is not having a career year. So what you look at is that, hey, Carson Wentz has not been playing well. And this team is still not winning when you look at the Deshaun Watson situation where he's still playing well and his team is not winning. This is not an if it ain't broke, don't fix it situation. Carson Wentz is broke and he has simply just been ineffective. And when your quarterback is ineffective, it is going to affect your team so much. And when you look at last year, what happened to the Carson Wentz from last year? What happened at the end of 2019 where this team made a playoff push and Carson Wentz was throwing to bums from the practice squad and he was still winning games and putting up good numbers, still playing behind a banged up offensive line? What happened to that? And my point is here that he is regressing. Carson Wentz is regressing and he has not been effective this year. So that's why you pull the plug on him. And to me, this is more of a situation where you have to bench Carson Wentz and get him out of there because he's playing so bad and get Jalen Hurts in there. It's not about just getting Jalen Hurts in there because you think he's going to do well for you. You're trying to find a spark for your team, and Carson Wentz is just not providing that. And it's more about benching Carson Wentz and getting him out of there than wanting Jalen Hurts to play for this team. And that is where you look at it. Carson Wentz is simply just holding the Philadelphia Eagles back. He is not a person in this offense who has just simply not been the problem. He has been a problem. And you cannot have that for your starting quarterback position in the NFL. If he is not working, if he is regressing, if he is not being effective, you got to pull him because he is holding this team back. Let's not act like he has not been making mistakes this year because Carson Wentz has been making mistakes all season long. And that's why you need to pull the plug on him because he's not in a situation where his team is just bad and he's still playing well. He's in a situation where his team is bad mostly because he's also playing bad and also has bad accommodations. So if your quarterback is not being effective, you can't have it if you're still trying to make a playoff push. If your quarterback is being ineffective, you got to pull him out of there because that's just the bottom line. He has been holding them back. And who knows? I think Hurts gives them the best chance to win because if you watch that Packers game, and I did, he gave them sparks. He was able to get out in the open when the pocket collapsed. He was able to create space and throw on the run or get some yards with his legs. He was able to do that, and I think that gives your team a spark makes your team be able to move downfield more often, and Jalen Hurts was able to do that, and that's really something Carson Wentz wasn't able to do. Now, Jalen Hurts only had 100 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception in this game, only because he came in midway during this game, but he still provided this offense with a spark, and they were almost able to come back if it wasn't for a failed onside kick. Everyone, this could be a lose-lose situation too for Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts, and the Eagles. You could see a situation again where Jalen Hurts struggles too because he's not in a great position where he doesn't have many people to throw to and he doesn't have a good offensive line. But that's not the bottom line here. The reason he is in is because it was more about benching Carson Wentz than putting in Jalen Hurts, because that is how bad Carson Wentz has been playing, simply because he was just holding this team back. And you know what's also weird is that the Eagles are sitting a quarterback on the bench that has an $140 million contract. This situation is so weird because you cannot cut or trade Carson Wentz at this point in his contract. He is too expensive to cut or trade because there would be too many cap penalties. There would be too much money for another team to take on. It's just too much. And it's weird that you have an $140 million contract quarterback sitting on the bench. And it's just weird because he was supposed to be this next franchise quarterback for the Eagles. But you can't cut or trade him, which is why it's really, really weird that he is sitting on the bench. So my point is that the Eagles are just really stuck with a quote-unquote backup quarterback in Carson Wentz with a huge contract that looks like a top 10 quarterback's contract. You got him sitting on the bench. You're stuck with him for about 2 or 3 more years while you have Jalen Hurts still in there, and you're still paying this guy to sit on the bench. And it's a really weird situation because you cannot cut or trade him. But really, this is more about Carson Wentz being ineffective for this Eagles offense than Jalen Hurts being good for this Eagles offense. I mean, that's part of it because they think Jalen Hurts could give them a spark, but it's more about Carson Wentz just being able to pull the plug from him in this offense because he has just not been effective and he has not worked good enough for this offense and this team as a whole. And really another thing, Carson Wentz in the Eagles offense really just misses Frank Reich, who is now the Colts head coach. Carson Wentz really just misses what Frank Reich was able to do for him to make him a successful quarterback in really 2017, 2018 were his glory days, and when he was able to be an MVP caliber quarterback and a top 10 quarterback in this league. What Frank Reich did for him in this Eagles offense really worked, and it was why Carson Wentz was able to be successful. And since Frank Reich has left to be the Colts coach, it has just not worked out for Carson Wentz. So I think he misses Frank Reich, but another thing that could work for this Eagles offense is really just running the ball with Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is a good running back in this league, and he can be effective for this Eagles offense if you just use him. I'm really surprised by the way the offensive coordinator for the Eagles and their head coach Doug Peterson have just not implemented Miles Sanders to get any touches in this offense, because it would really help to run the ball and chew the clock, get downfield, and do things the right way for this Eagles team. I really think running the ball more with Miles Sanders would help because he is a good running back, and if you give him the chance, he will spark some things for your offense. Alright people, to sum this up, I agree with what the Eagles did with this move to put out Carson Wentz, bench him, and bring in the rookie Jalen Hurts. But to me, it was more about benching Carson Wentz than putting in Jalen Hurts because of the ineffectiveness that Carson Wentz brought to your team. When you look at a guy like Deshaun Watson, who has bad accommodations, bad receivers, not a great offensive line, not a great defense, not the best coach in the world, this team is still losing, but he's still putting up career year numbers. But for Carson Wentz, it was a situation where he had bad accommodations, but he was still being ineffective. And if your quarterback is being ineffective and you can't win games, you've got to look at him and just pull the plug. So I think the Eagles made the right decision, guys. Give your comments down below if you think the Eagles made the right decision pulling the plug on Carson Wentz for the foreseeable future, guys. This is the Ranker, aka Malik Hicks of the Ultimate Sports TV, signing off. Peace out, and I'll see you in my next one.